Like clockwork for the historical comparisons, we're gearing up for the reveal season as our first official teaser for COD 2024 has started to point us towards the reveal of some kind, whether the worldwide reveal or an additional deeper dive of some kind, but we're finally seeing official mentions of the upcoming project for the Call of Duty franchise, and today we're talking about all you need to know. So as we go along, drop your thoughts, drop a like if you enjoy and or are looking forward to COD 2024 and what it brings along, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe for more coverage of the upcoming years we turn into reveal season upcoming. I'd love to have you in the community for all of that. For now, let's jump into what you need to know. So throughout the years, today, April 30th, we would have seen the reveals already of COD World War II and Black Ops 3, with Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, and Black Ops 2 all having been revealed in the upcoming week in prior years. So we're starting the reveal season for COD for sure, and today, under Xbox's new ownership, it appears we're having our first glimpse at what's to come, and an official reveal of some kind, though not an explicit worldwide reveal per se. In a tweet stating, we're going to be talking about games, of course. Tune into the Xbox Games Showcase, followed by Redacted Direct on Sunday, June 9th at 10 a.m. Pacific. With that, we see an image for, of course, the Xbox Games Showcase, an official flyer art for the event, but next to that is a black and orange three-headed dog logo over the back of a $50 US bill, the classic redacted strike through, and all of that now common with the Black Ops games. So yeah, it's looking like we're going to be having a Black Ops Direct explicitly talking about the franchise and the upcoming introduction in its own specific showcase. Now, if there's any question that this is COD, because frankly, I do think it'd be kind of hilarious if everyone was like, oh my God, it's the next COD reveal. And then Xbox came out and was like, no, it's not what we're pointing towards. But I don't think that's going to be the case. The logo itself is actually something already seen in the Modern Warfare 3 game files and actually associated with the Wheelson. There's an interesting three-headed dog or Cerberus logo, the name of the same streak in Black Ops 3, and coincidentally, the internal dev name of COD 2024, codenamed Cerberus. Just like Modern Warfare 3's project codename was Jupiter. Every team has a developmental codename for their project to keep the name hidden or just sometimes even just being a placeholder. Sometimes the games don't get their name finalized for a while, so all the people working on it know is they're working on a COD project, but they might not even know the final name. So that said, what could the name be? Well, right now, the best estimation based off of that image is Black Ops 5, which seems interesting here, but also immediately puts to bed that long rumor of Gulf War. If that is indeed a title reveal redacted there, there's no way that Gulf War fits in that tiny little bit after what appears to be Black Ops. You can make out a bit of that lettering under the redacted bits and the following mock from the creator and designer Desire, linked down below, but it seems that Black Ops 5 does actually match up pretty well here. So if that's the case, I'm interested to see how this will shape up for Black Ops 5, because for those unaware, technically speaking, Black Ops Cold War was Black Ops 5, with even wildcards noting the V on the playing card logo, so to treat it as its own sort of offshoot would be the logical thing, sure, but it's just strange to consider that there were visible notations out there for the world to see, and now they're going back playing on the Black Ops 5. But also, I guess on the opposite side of the coin, that project was initially a Sledgehammer and Raven collaboration, not a Treyarch game, with reports of that development being in turmoil for a good while, which is why Treyarch had to come in, make multiplayer, and work on that as a rebranded Black Ops title. And still to this day, that's actually what I attribute to why we don't see much Mason or Woods, or why they were not the original actors. Just too little time and was a last-second pivot on that storyline as a whole. I mean, big picture, if you take a look at the story of Black Ops Cold War, you didn't need either of them. The story focused around Adler and his crew. You take out Mason and Woods, and the story still holds up. It's just not the classic Black Ops story, which is why they were added. But anyways, interesting to see no less. And Black Ops 5 might actually be what we're going with here at this. Now, timing, it's certainly interesting because this is something that it kind of points towards a worldwide reveal, or at least it kind of feels that way. But would this also just potentially be a continuation of further reveals? Previously, it was reported that we'd see COD 2024 showcased at Summer Games Fest, which takes place on the 7th of June. And while sure, that's not a report that came from official channels, the team at Insider Gaming that reported that has quite an impeccable track record. So while it's possible that things could be subject to change, maybe the COD 2024 team and Treyarch pulled out of SGF, but that's a rather large undertaking, logistically speaking, and it definitely would have been something that rustled some feathers. So I feel like that would have been reported on if that was the case since. But at the same time, Microsoft and Xbox themselves advertising a whole direct showcase for one game, a large, just acquired franchise, also would make a ton of sense to platform it as a worldwide reveal if they were to do that. Like, I'm sure for some, I even considered it for a long while, that would be the most logical showcase. Take early and full advantage of owning that IP now, and you can put it on the end of another showcase, like this one, to get viewers to stick around to the end and not just be a layup for marketing. As we mentioned, historically speaking, mid-May to early June is a prime spot for COD reveals, so it is possible that we might get a reveal sooner, but at the same time, who knows? Maybe it is just something that's a deeper dive into the tech campaign mission or some discussions with Treyarch as a dev team. But right now, just know to keep your eyes peeled for early June as a whole. Now, beyond that, because we are in the reveal stages here, what about the year at large here? Well, it seems like the timeline is probably going to be going as previously reported. An earlier reveal here, something we see in end of May, early June, perhaps at this showcase, a multiplayer and beta reveal to follow later in the summer, a zombies reveal closer to launch, and then with an October release looming, likely early access to campaign, and as rumored, potentially even early access to zombies, which will be interesting. That would probably be a way to level up weapons early before the launch and just give you a head start on some camo grinds and other stuff like that. But that's like the general framing for how these reveals look to happen as reported currently. While we won't have everything condensed into a short span of time anymore because no Warzone reveal it seems like at this point, it gives a lot more breathing room to have it all play out. And the one thing that I'm hopeful for, or at least have hope that maybe this could happen, that comes out of this is something we've seen very few times, the MP beta. There's the potential to have that early on enough that genuine changes and feedback can be taken into account before the time the game launches. Oftentimes, betas are just simply a marketing tool that the game itself won't have nearly enough time to get changes made and to get in a proper game state before the next 2 to 3 weeks when a game has to be finished and has to go gold for distribution, meaning that those changes might come in a title update later after the game launch, but you won't see those there for day one. So that's one of my hopes here with this, that with more time you can kind of spread things out and you're not playing catch up on so much because you're not revealing it so late into the year. But end of the day, the reveal is coming and now we have a timetable to look at for this. So fingers crossed. With 4 years development, making it the longest developed title in COD history, I'm sure there's plenty of expectations that are sky high from a lot of players. I feel like with Treyarch, it's a middle ground between playing to their core philosophies in game design and considering player feedback as well, whereas on the opposite sides of those coins, not directly in the middle, Infinity Ward sticks only to core philosophy and almost entirely disregards feedback from what we've seen previously, and Sledgehammer sticks primarily to trying to appease community feedback. Might be a nice middle ground here to see from Treyarch, but I'm doing my personal best to go in with a level head. As much as I want to be hyped for this next project, after the Modern Warfare 2 situation with 3 years of dev time uninterrupted, I didn't like that experience, so I'm hoping that this will be the opposite, but again, tempering expectations just in case. With it being rumored that Treyarch is working solely on the multiplayer and zombies, perhaps that's a good sign though, more resources on those areas that often garner the most replayability. I will say though, for a short period of time in Cold War, probably the first month or so, I went for all Dark Ops challenges and wasn't quite enjoying multiplayer at launch of that game. And I did actually, and hilariously, have more playtime in campaign than I did MP. But with Treyarch having that campaign load reportedly handed off to Raven, 4 years on 2 modes rather than 3 is, well, fingers crossed. Anyways, that's the new information here that you should know about with COD 2024 and the reveal upcoming and a bit of when to expect it. So that is where we're going to wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you guys looking forward to this reveal upcoming? Are you hoping for anything in particular to be shown off? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so almost a single thing running all things COD 2024 and perhaps what may now be named Black Ops 5. Love to have you in the community, but for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.